and thank you so much for coming back and joining me this evening. So if you are new to my channel, Supreme Comics Girl, you're really welcome to be here. Now, if you haven't been around for, too long, I am a massive fan and follower of James Wan's work. Now, before we go ahead and do a reaction to something that's came out today that I am just so excited about when I was having a cup of coffee this morning, and I seen come up on my YouTube feed, the Conjuring 3 official trailer first look 2021. Now, as I am a big follower of James Wan's, I knew that this would have been coming out already this year, as far as I believe, and it's obviously that a lot of films have been pushed back due to, unfortunately, the pandemic. This is a movie that I have been really hyped and just super excited for. Anything of James Wan I get really excited by. I loved The Curse of La Llorona, The Nun, Insidious, which I will talk a bit on later. Definitely one of my favourites. It may actually be my favourite. The Conjuring 2. It's very hard to pick between The Conjuring 2 and Insidious, but I'll talk about that a bit later on after this trailer. But if you don't know who James Wan is, Aquaman, if you're not a horror fan, Aquaman, that was, DC's biggest ever blockbuster movie for the DCEU. And he really deserved to do so well from that movie because it was fantastic. Bit of self-promo, I do have a review of that on my channel under movie reviews. But James Wan is fantastic at jump scares, fantastic at horror. And do you know what I actually love about him the most? That, yes, okay, he's a celebrity or whatever, right, okay. But to me, people are people at the end of the day. And to me, comes across as just a really down-to-earth, genuine guy, and he's very, modest and very thankful of the followers that he has. So I just think that that's really cool, and people that have worked with him have even said, they don't feel like they're working for someone who's high up. I don't know, I just think he's so cool, and I love his movies, I love the Conjuring universe, and I love the stories and how he tells them. So really excited, and I love Patrick Wilson, and of course Patrick Wilson was in Aquaman. So he's in a lot of his movies, and he's a talented actor, so of course, why not? He's useful. Here we go, guys, and we're going to watch this together.
There are other stories to tell, but we've never felt the pressure to push them out there until we feel like there is a great story to tell and that we have something that, again, will be a worthy entrance to the Conjuring universe.
I'd like you all to sit quietly and close your eyes.
They're such a good couple. So strong.
I really wanted Conjuring 3 to get away from the haunted house setup of the first two Conjuring films. It should be more on a whole different level, something that we've never explored before in the Conjuring world.
We wanted to keep our new story grounded in the feel of Conjuring movies, but we wanted to make sure we were telling a brand new story. And we think the Arnie Johnson story was something that really deserved a much closer look.
As I got to the bottom of the stairs and I went to open the door, I don't remember anything from that point. The next thing I know, I was in a jail cell. And I said, what's going on here? And they say, well, you're being charged for murder. I said, what are you talking about?
The trial of Arnie Cheyenne Johnson. This was an internationally renowned case, which was the first time in the history of law in the United States that
that demonic possession was used as a reason for committing manslaughter.
Do you think you'll be able to prove the existence of the devil in court?
Truth doesn't require anyone to believe in it. You're in for a much different ride than you've been on in other Conjuring films.
What's the point of a sequel if you can't outshine and outstory and out-heart the previous films? It just requires you to bring your A+ game.
Ooh.
When I was working with Michael Schaub's on La Llorona, I saw a filmmaker that really gets these kind of films. It's bittersweet for me to pass the baton on.
And action!
But it's good to get a fresh take on where we can take the Conjuring universe.
We're offering something very special with these films, and I think that's one of the reasons people keep coming back. The final reason, of course, is that people love to be scared. I don't know that anybody has crafted or created better scare sequences than James Wan, David Sandberg, Gary Dauberman, Corin Hardy, John Leonetti, Michael Schaub's.
Guys, we're making Conjuring 3.
Yeah, Michael Schaub's.
These are all people that really know what they're doing, and they do an incredible job crafting new and original scare sequences. That's really what people come back to see.
Wow, oh no, I was really enjoying that. I was really enjoying that. I was kind of forgetting for a second that it was going to end at some point. Wow, that's really, really interesting. And it's good to sort of get a sort of like a behind the scenes, you know, and that was really nice what Peter Safran said, because it's true, saying that James Wan is really good at jump scares, and he really, really is. And I just wanted to say that I think the movie The Curse of La Llorona is very, very much underrated. I just kind of wish, and I wouldn't say this would be any fault of James Wan's, because obviously, you know, I don't think you can sort of get a say as to what month a movie can be released, but I wish it had have been released like even September or preferably October, because I remember it was like really super sunny when I went to see it. Not that that matters, I massively enjoyed it, but I don't know, a lot of people said that the jump scares were really predictable. I don't think so. And even though I seen in the trailer, you know, when the little girl was in the bath, you know, the massaging her hair, you know, even though I seen that in the trailer, even when I went to the cinema, and I have it on Blu-ray and I've watched it twice now since I got it a couple of weeks ago, I still, you know, shiver. And not only is he good at jump scares, he's very good at the visuals that come along with the jump scares. Like, for example, in La Llorona, you know, the little girl has like a little transparent see-through umbrella, and then when she pulls it up, like, you know, she's there or whatever, right? But he's very good at, you know, visual trickery, which is kind of what Sam Raimi's good as well as, but we're not talking about Sam Raimi. But anyway, James Wan is massively a favourite of mine, I have to say, and I cannot wait for him to work on Aquaman 2. I love the Conjuring universe. If I had to say, I would say The Conjuring 2, I would prefer much more over the first one, even though I love both of them. But as an overall kind of deal, The Conjuring 2 really just hit it for me. It was just bang on. It was just top notch. And it is freaky no matter how many times that you watch it. And what I love about how James Wan sets up his movies is he really does make you believe that they are going through what they are going through, and that you can get a sense of what would I do if I was in that situation, you know? Same with Insidious. But that's what he's very, very good at doing. And you know what? I have a lot of respect for him, because I remember reading that he had said, I was reading online a long time ago, that he had said, one thing I've learned is that if you can't get your audience to be interested and invested in the character and the story that you're telling of them, then there's no point. And that is so, so true, because in, you know, these the Conjuring movies, you know, Patrick Wilson, you really do believe, and he's such a great actor anyways, but you really do believe that they're going through what they're going through, and all the family and everything in The Conjuring 2, all those characters, he done it in a way, he told the story in such a great way that I believed that, oh my gosh, imagine that poor family going through that, and oh my gosh, look at the daughters, what they're going through. Oh, that would be so scary for a child of that age in that house, like absolute torment, when they should be, you know, young children enjoying themselves. And I was just sort of watching there, Patrick Wilson with his guitar. I absolutely love that. In The Conjuring 2, how he sings the Elvis Presley song, wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Something like that, right? And it's just really nice the way he does it. And you know, it's kind of like, that was a really cool idea, you know, having something peaceful because, you know, of what the family was going through, and he sat down and he was singing the song and whatever, what have you. But I have massive faith in this, you know, James Wan, you know, he really is fantastic at what he does. And of course, you know, he is the he did the story for this, obviously he's the storyteller of this for the movie, and I cannot wait. None of these movies disappoint me in the Conjuring universe, none of them do. I love them all. The Nun I do like, but I don't think it's as good as the like of La Llorona, and La Llorona and The Nun I don't think it's as scary as, say, for example, The Conjuring 2 and Insidious. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's kind of why, although La Llorona is definitely up high as one of my favourites of his movies, I just kind of feel that Insidious kind of really does it for me, and The Conjuring 2 and Aquaman, but obviously like horror is his kind of more his kind of deal. And I also remember reading that he wants to do like a in his career he wants to be able to make a film in different genres, you know. And that's really cool, you know. It's good to kind of, you know, expand on the type of stuff that you do. And I don't know, it's like for all the age of him, like the work that he has done and having like the biggest DC blockbuster movie ever, like even, you know, flying past Superman, you know, mind the silly stupid joke, that wasn't even a joke, it's not even funny, Julie should stop talking about. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I just think that he has accomplished so much, and I cannot wait for this. Of course I have faith in this, Hector Camillas, and I'm looking to see more, and I hope that he posts up more information, you know, maybe photographs and stuff like that on social media or what have you. So I will definitely be on the lookout for that. Let me know if you are a fan of the Conjuring universe and if this is something that you're going to be interested in. I did say earlier I would speak a bit on Insidious. The protagonist in that, oh my gosh, the demon, he scares the freaking heck out of me. He's like a really scary version of Darth Maul. It's like red and black and these like bright eyes, and I swear I don't know what it is, but the scene with Patrick Wilson where he's like sitting at his desk and it's in daylight and he just comes up behind him and he's just like this, I always get the shivers straight away. My throat gets like, you know, sore, scary feeling, and I go, ah! I like not even like that was like really silly, but like a really like an actual scream, and I'm sure my neighbors are like, what the frig is wrong with her next door? But anyways, yes, and other scenes as well towards the end, and then crawling along the wall near the ceiling, that and Silent Hill, the movie Silent Hill, those two movies, nothing scares me as much. But that's what you want, and that's how you know you have a good horror movie on your hands. When you get that, you know, like feeling in your throat, and you're just even though you've seen it loads of times, like I've seen Insidious loads of times, and I still get that feeling every single time. Shivers, freak out, and I have to look away for like a second, and I don't like looking away, but it's like, no. But oh my gosh, it's so fantastically made, that movie. Absolutely freaking well, brilliant. I watch it every single year in October. I watched it, was it a couple of nights ago? Yeah, 2 or 3 nights ago, with all my Halloween decorations and everything up. So awesome. But anyways, let me know if you are going to be looking forward to this. It's not going to be coming out till 2021 now, and I was reading up, it's meant to be like June or July. I mean, obviously, you know, we can't really do much. Obviously the pandemic has pushed a lot of movies back. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest, as long as I do get to watch it, and I really hope that this one doesn't get postponed any further, because I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm really also looking forward to Aquaman 2, and I think it's awesome that he was given such, you know, a big time frame. I've said this before, James Wan, so that he can, you know, work his magic, so to speak, and do what he does best. And you know, he is fantastic behind the camera, and he knows what he's doing. And also what I wanted to quickly say was, you know, I know people are sick of hearing probably about the likes of Rian Johnson and things like that, but like he says things like, he actually said in a video, it's on YouTube, I want people to go in and watch one of my movies one day and come out and say it was one of the worst films I've ever seen. You know, if you look at the likes of that in comparison to James Wan, you know, I remember, I think it was like a year ago, I'm pretty sure James Wan was like saying on Twitter or something like that, I can remember reading about this. If it's not true, apologies. But he was saying that, you know, fans were being like rude about Aquaman and stuff like that, like people who liked it and didn't like it, and he was saying like, you know, nobody should be fighting, nobody should be arguing. If people don't like my work on it, that's fine, that's okay. Don't fight amongst each other, sort of thing. And you know, it just shows you that he's just seems a nice dude, do you know what I mean? But anyways, that is me, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. And you know, drop all your comments and opinions down below, and let me know what is your favorite movie in the Conjuring universe. But until my next video, guys, take care. Bye.